Time again. Yes, it is a Magic pre-release, and this time it's Edge of Eternity. So this is Friday Night Magic. Kilroy and Son are getting ready to go to a pre-release event here in a little bit, but thought we would open up some of these pre-release packs that we got. Kilroy's Son, take it over.
Okay.
Oh, first off, as we at our friendly local gaming store, when they sell these pre-release, they also give you 2 bonus packs. So that's a great deal. Shout out to friendly local gaming stores.
Let's see what the promo is. Okay, Menemenon, the right hand. I'm not too big a fan of him. He seems like a budget version of Urza, if you're interested in a lot of artifacts, though.
Budget version of Urza, huh?
Well, he has the same effect of letting artifacts tap for mana, but he doesn't have any of the spice of a really powerful activated effect or ability making a
Is
card
he
struck.
only a promo, or is he?
No, he's in the main set as well.
So that's something might be to build around, right?
Possibly. So some warp mechanics in here, a lot of strong artifacts. If you like artifacts, this is the set for you. Let's see what our rare is going to be. Hard Light Containment is the rare, which is a very interesting card. I'm not the biggest fan of it because it seems like they just tried to make Shelter by Ghosts more fair.
So some of the stuff you get in a pre-release, you get a 20 die life spinner. Why don't you talk about some of the mechanics that are in this set?
Well, I think Spacecraft is probably the biggest mechanic in the set. Ooh, Consult the Star and the End Stone. Okay, see, that's a really good hit. If you're big on colorless stuff, it sort of just builds off of itself. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. But
that's the best card in there.
It does have a bad drawback of at the end of your turn, you'll lose half your life. So you got to be careful with it.
Let's put some of these in here.
Spacecraft is interesting. It's like they tried to fix vehicle. I think it's okay and a lot more tame and more stable than it, but it might not be better. Whoa. Raging Ravine. That's from the bonus sheet.
And Spacecraft can actually
Angel
be
Reclaimer.
commanders now, right?
Ooh, beautiful swamp. Yes, that is true. Spacecraft and any legendary vehicle can be commanders now. Couple more hits. Raging Ravine is from that special set, though I don't know if we got anything too crazy from it. So far, at least. So I think we got a Nesting Ground and a Raging Ravine from it. So let's try to get some nice pulls. Hoping we get a... Oh my gosh, wow. I called it before even saying it. This is the new token doubler from the set. It's a mythic that has warp.
What's warp?
Not a bad hit at all.
That's a new mechanic, right?
You know what warp is.
No, well, be informative.
I was talking about it with my dad, and it plays a lot more similar to Foretell and like the reverse ordering of it. So where you get a less significant effect for it cheaper when it comes right out, and then you pay the full price later. Because at the beginning of the end step after you warp something, it goes into exile, and you can cast it for its full price. Sunstar Chaplain as the rare. Beginning of your end step makes... Okay, so it adds some +1/+1 counters. That's honestly pretty neat. This is a pretty strong pre-release.
Basically, warp is wimpy. The old Popeye. I'd gladly pay you Thursday for a hamburger today. You get your hamburger now, but you got to pay for it later, right?
Some would say it works kind of like Klarna. This has so far been a really good pre-release, though. Some great pulls. Starfield Shepherd, Bioengineered Future. That is a really interesting landfall mechanic because I believe it's every creature you control enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter for each land you control that enters. So if we were playing Selesnya in this sealed event, I think this would be a winner deck. It has a lot of very strong white cards and a lot of support.
Wow. Alrighty, ready to open up some more? So that's what we got at that set. And as I said, a friendly local gaming store, whoa, gives you 2 extra packs. So have at it, son.
kind of sad that we didn't get this for the pre-release. That's good packs. Hopefully we get Tezzeret, and there's his emblem that you make. Hopefully we can get him in the same pack. Deborah's Crusher, Tapestry Warden, Memnon, Entropic Battle Cruiser. Okay.
Is that the best one out of that?
That is the rare out of this one. It's good if you're a discard deck because it's adding some more support to that archetype. Whenever an opponent discards a card, they lose 3 life.
Okay.
And it turns into, I believe, a 3/10 Death Toucher. Flyer as well. Let's hope we get something good. I see something shiny in the back. Oh my god.
What? Is that good?
No way. I'm not going to cuss, but wow, that is...
Ancient Tomb?
That's insane. And an Ice Till Explorer. Read what Ice Till Explorer does.
Let's read the...
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is crazy.
That's Ramp City, isn't it?
It is. And then there's an Ancient Tomb in the pack. Oh my god, that would just make people lose their minds, huh?
How much is this Ancient Tomb worth?
I don't know. They haven't confirmed pre-releasing pricing yet, but I think we should bring it to the pre-release stage just to show it off. Get some eyes to glaze over when they see it. Okay, so let's see the promo for the next thing. Hopefully it's better than Menemnon. It's Mutinous Massacre. A limited bomb. Limited bomb for sure.
That's a bomb, isn't it? That's one of the...
In Commander, maybe. I don't know about standard play. It seems too expensive for standard play.
Yeah, it is. It's 7.
Yeah. In Commander, if you pull that off, you're going insane. It's a Disruptive Decorum plus a bunch of other stuff. I don't think anything's going to top that pull unless we get a Gemstone Caverns, though. Creeping Tar Pit and a Bioengineered Future. Getting some of this bonus sheet. I'm a massive fan of this bonus sheet because I'm a sucker when it comes to good art, and I'm also a sucker for when it comes to nice lands.
Here's the life roller in here. Life spinner.
Can't really get a much better pull than, than the Ancient Tomb, though. That is just wild. That is so wild. Hopefully it doesn't tank the price of Ancient Tomb because I believe my dad actually has a copy of one.
Yeah, I think I do have an Ancient Tomb.
Yeah. Oh, another Mutinous Massacre. 2 for 2. Now, if this was like some sort of Rakdos control deck, that would be just a nightmare to play against, especially if your opponent is a mana ahead of you always because of that Ancient Tomb. Let's see. I see a little something in the back. We got a Hissing Quagmire and a Pinnacle Emissary.
That's a cool looking land. I like what they did with the
Yeah,
lands.
the arts are just beautiful.
I like what they did with the lands.
And a new Warp Artifact card, which is also not too shabby. Do we got extra sleeves to put that Ancient Tomb in?
I don't know. I can have to look.
Hopefully we get some more good stuff, but we are on a hot streak today. Elegy Acolyte and a Hardlight Containment. Not bad at all. Looks like clerics are actually being brought back to standard, so that should be fun. Hopefully it gets more love. Not a big fan of clerics as a type itself, though. Servandum. Okay, Menemnon on the right hand and the Gene Pollutants. Another Memnon. I'm not a big fan of him, but this right here I think is actually a pretty good card. A 1-drop 2/2 with Reach.
Wow. I also saw a card in there that had it's a 4/1. So it's going to be just for the
defender.
station effect. Yeah, 4/1 defender, 1-drop. So
I mean, the moment it comes out, it's bunkering down your base as well as being annoying.
that's just being a station card, though.
Halia.
Oh, that's supposed
Rare.
to be good for. That's supposed to be good for one of the archetypes for the.
Look at that, a foil forest. Man, you did a good job.
That's supposed to be one of the signal posts, right? For,
Yeah, it's a
seal?
signpost for
Signpost.
Selesnya. And we got a Secluded Starforged land. Beautiful art. I think it should see some play because it works well in artifact decks, but that is an insane pre-release kit.
Wow. Wish
To say the least.
Too bad we got that tonight, but at least we got it, right?
Mm-hmm. You want to open any more, or are you done?
Yeah, well, we got 3, so we might as well open them because we're going to have some more tonight. All right, there we go. That's
true.
quite a set right there.
Yep.
One last look at that bad boy.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait to show it off like a new car. Starfield Shepherd and another Secluded Starforge. We haven't got a single shock yet, which is kind of surprising. One could say it's shocking.
Whoa.
I know. It's the newest.
Hold the puns.
It's the newest
Pun-free zone.
rare cycle. And it's a massive reprint from the old stuff, but I haven't seen it yet. I've been seeing people open entire boxes and you get like 4 or 5, and we have 0 so far. Moonlight Meditation. Not the greatest hit.
Nothing in there?
Yeah, kind of a nothing burger.
I'll put it out there. That's the one game we got out of there.
Let's crack this next one open. This one was struggling a little bit. Let's see what the promo is. Sunstar Chaplain. We've been seeing quite a few of him.
I mean, we pulled some of him?
Yeah, that's the 3rd one we've pulled so far.
That's a new one, isn't it? That's not a reprint of anything, is it?
Nah, these stay away from reprints most of the time for standard sets.
Well, hold on. Here's the spinner. It is green.
Mm-hmm. Warmaker Gunship. I don't know if I've seen this one yet. So, when it enters, it deals damage equal to the number of artifacts you control the target creature an opponent controls, and it can turn to a 4/3 flyer. For 3 mana, that is a steal.
That's pretty good. So it's got spacecraft and warp, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or station.
No, not warp. Not warp. I mean, it's a good kill spell when it enters, and then it gets a lot of value later. Xenomorph Imago. Not the biggest fan of it, and at least we got bailed out with the Beautiful Land. Nothing out of that one, though. So far, we're looking at 0 mythics, but in the other pre-release kit, we were looking at a lot more.
No. Uncommon?
No.
I like the picture.
Cool art, but not super playable. That's actually not bad at all. Anul, that's a reprint, actually. That's from when you played a long time ago.
That one's actually pretty good for landfall, just to do damage. You know?
Yeah.
If you're doing red-green and a sealed or something.
Zoo Ifrit, Osteoharmonist. Not bad. It's actually the second one we've seen today when we were just opening packs in the car. Come on, Mythic. Ruru Systems and a Sunken Citadel from that extra sheet. Okay. This is a reprint. I believe it's one of the newest cards that they've decided to put on this bonus sheet, but it's from Ixalan. And it is a pretty solid card from that set, too. Okay, let's see some money. Or some really good playables. Mouth of the Storm and another Zoo Ifrit. Well, it looks like it wants to build more of a mono black reanimator deck today. Last pack magic. Let's see something good. Mechanozoa, Thalamin Torpedo, Umbral Caller, Unravel, Harmonious Grave Rider, and oh my god, there is no way.
Another Ancient Tomb.
There's no way. Wow. Wow. Either that's the easiest card ever to pull, or
nobody's going to have one tonight.
Yeah.
Because we're going to play at the same store.
Looks like we just cleared the whole system. We got 75 pre-release kits, and we got 2 Ancient Tombs.
Wow. Alrighty, y'all. Well, that is it. Stay tuned for later. Wow. We might do an after event show. I also, a little bit of a teaser. I picked up one of these, Counterintelligence Edge of Eternities Commander deck. I'll do that separately. And then my son, another little teaser for later on the channel. Maybe we'll do it this weekend. Picked up a 3-pack from a local retailer. So, but Final Fantasy looks kind of stale compared to all this stuff that we got here. So, anyway, any final thoughts?
just can't believe how lucky we are today. This is something else.
It's pretty cool.
I mean, the first one was the first pre-release kit that had some great mythics. The second one had an ancient tomb, and then the third one looked terrible until you see another ancient tomb.
And here are the tokens. I know nobody cares about tokens but me,
It's
but
like, what are we supposed to do with the second ancient
I
tomb?
poked these out. So that's the tokens you get in here. Actually, the tokens aren't too bad at a pre-release event because you got something for markers.
You didn't bring dice.
I usually bring dice though, which reminds me I got to get our dice in our sleeves. So
I got my sleeve ready.
sleeves aren't as big on this. They were big on Final Fantasy because you had all the flip cards, but you know, sleeves aren't essential to play this.
Show
You know
that.
what I mean?
Show that.
Here we go.
Show that before we leave.
So there you go. You're seeing double.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Crazy to see double over.
That's pretty cool. It's cool looking art. I like how they did the sword on there and everything.
For sure.
So
Well,
here we go.
That's my luck for the year.
There you go. All righty, y'all. Thanks for stopping by, or if you're watching this after the fact, hope you're having a good one and getting ready for Age of Eternities. Wish us luck. I need it. He doesn't. He usually wins. I usually lose. Anyway, thanks all. Take care.